Perfect. We are live. Welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness. Jay, welcome to this Alchemy Short Video Series number 8 in the Magdalene month. I have been so excited to welcome you, my really sacred soul brother, universal brother, cosmic brother, galactic brother. I just love you so much. And, I've been totally giddy just to be able to have you on, and
I,
especially this month, because ever since we talked, I was like, Jay, at some point, I have to have an interview with you. Like, I'm just so giddy. So anyway, welcome today. You look
thank you.
delicious.
Thank you. Thank you so
I
much, honey.
celebrate over your
No,
deliciousness.
this is all like I'm still in a daze. I'm very like it's everything has been in a daze, really, almost like in a foggy daze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then here, boom, you came out.
I'm out.
Tell me, so Jay, you and I crossed paths with Julia several years ago in Los Angeles, and I
Yeah.
remember like when I met you. Of course, when Sam introduced Julia and I, it was just this like instant ancient
I
path
know.
of, I mean, just inseparable. And then you were, then it was then with you, and then it's like both
Yeah.
of you, and this and I always get so giddy because of this bond that's unexplainable. You
Mhm.
can't put it in any
Mhm.
context because the frequency of it, the depth of his love is so expanded and so deep. And when we see each other,
I
because we're
know.
really meeting at the soul, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I saw, your interview with Val, of
Yeah.
course, and I know you were talking about soul connection and all of that. And I mean, it's really it's so true. It's with certain people, it's just the way it is. You immediately tune in on a certain frequency, and you don't know what it is, but it is that deeper connection, that soul connection. And I know, like the
It's
soul
timeless,
family,
right? And
yeah, no,
because we can send one emoji and you get like blasted with that emoji, and it doesn't matter
yeah.
because we haven't seen each other at all.
I know it is with certain people. I know with Julia it was, I mean, immediate, like when we met, like at age 16 or
Yeah.
whatever it was. Um, but it was like an immediate, like giddiness or an immediate love, like a deeper, deep love, like a very kind of this unconditional love that you hold with certain souls. It's unexplainable, and that doesn't diminish the connections you have with your other family or your friends, or it doesn't diminish that, but there's just a certain thing that you have with certain
I
people.
call it deliciousness.
And delicious, hey, I like that word, delicious connection. You should coin that. You should, like, I don't know, get a trademark.
Because of the way I feel. It's just so,
Yeah.
it's like here, like just to get on, like I've been like, oh, like, because you know what it
And
is? I can feel it at such a multiple layers. And
yeah.
things that I feel, Jay, is like because we're meeting each other, but we're meeting ourselves in each other, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, the reflection of each other, I, yeah, I mean, I've been, I mean, talking about that, like, I'm just thinking of the mirrors that we reflect to each other in general, but then when you meet kind of like the soul in its mirror
Yeah.
with a person, it's at such a deep level that it's hard to it's hard to describe. If you haven't really had that before, it's really hard to describe for people that are not maybe into the spiritual path or just kind of, but they feel it too, like people that are just going about their own business, living
Because
this
it's just a
reality.
connection, right? Just that deep
Hmm, they feel
connection.
like yeah, but like I am hyper aware of these very subtlety frequencies and vibrations between people.
And you know what?
Yeah.
So this is what I love about your incarnation, because remember like a few years ago in LA, I was like, Jay, listen. Like we sat on the couch, I'm like, Jay, listen, you are in front of the ascension with who you are, who you chose to incarnate in this incarnation, and go through your transformation, go through your actual physical trans transformation.
Hmm.
Like I
Hmm.
was like, you need to really recognize what gift you bring into the planet. And I just feel like as a sister, I am just besides myself that you finally have shared it publicly, and you're that voice, which is the voice of Magdalene. You're carrying both frequency, and here you are, like in
Yeah.
the liberation. And for those of us who are witness, like I get chills, those of us who are witness, it is the most beautiful sight to
Oh,
be
that's so
witness to.
sweet. That's very, very, very sweet words. And I do remember our conversation, and I know that was pre, I want to say my second coming out, so to
Yeah,
speak. The coming out to more of into a public
right,
realm. And it's been a big journey. I mean, it's only been, I want to say 2 years or
right,
so, maybe 2 years of actually
yeah,
coming out to like the community and to, doing things in the trans community and actually being visible.
right.
So it's been quite a journey and a big learning curve for me too. Just to be, I mean, it's like conquering your biggest fears of shame, of guilt, of all these things that we all hold within ourselves. But for, I want to say for trans people, it goes so deep, it goes so deep.
Yeah,
Of identity and claiming identity in general, claiming who you are, and as you said, it is a very special experience. It's, I mean, it's not to be like promoting transness.
no,
It's
no,
not
no.
that. It's really really difficult, but it's also it's a very spiritual experience.
You carry
Completely
both
complete.
frequencies,
Yeah.
and you are carrying the oneness. And
Yeah.
that's what, like those of us who are super galactic, we are so connected to the trans
Mm.
folks. Why? Because we have had to come
Well,
out of the closet, being our claiming our Lyran, Arcturian, or Syrian consciousness, and coming out of that closet,
yeah,
speaking in our languages.
I
And
know.
we really
I know.
relate, being I'm feeling shame, not feeling right, feeling oppressed, suppressed, depressed. So that, and I feel that's why we resonate so much with each other.
Yeah, it is. It's one thing to be trans, and the funny thing is, I was very, I want to say undercover. Like
Yeah.
nobody knew. I mean, the people when I initially I wanted to say transformed, but initially when I transitioned,
Yes.
not just my family and the people from Germany when I was in Germany, they knew. But when I came here to the States, I had a clean slate. Nobody really knew. And I've had beautiful connections to people, very intimate and very heartwarming spiritual connections. And I thought it was I'm still living kind of not my most authentic self,
Yeah.
but being a teacher, promoting and talking about
Yeah.
union and
Yeah.
consciousness and be your best self, be your most authentic self. And then here I am, not really allowing for myself to just be. It doesn't mean that I have to push it in people's
No, no,
faces.
no.
It was really just a choice of a personal choice of letting go of my own fears and of my own conditioning of of who I am and being happy just who I am. It's that. So that's what I'm trying to,
Yeah,
allow
it's
others to
perfect
be.
to that now, because there's nothing like when you walk through your own experience, then you can, because it is that inner experience that you can then stand tall
Yeah.
from the grace of Almighty that has given you the strength to go through it, and then share from there, because what you're sharing is the labor of your love. And that is what I'm drawn to. That's what I have respect for so much, because having walked in those shoes, the shoes of tremendous pain, and coming on the other side of it, and living your authentic life, and be of service to
Yeah.
others. And that is the ascension that ties into the planetary ascension, that ties into delivering this golden age. How are you going to deliver golden age if you're hiding? It ain't going to
Yeah,
work,
I
right?
know.
So
Yeah.
speaking of that, these next few minutes, I want you to talk about what it is that you're in service to right now. What is it that you're doing? How can people find you, and where are you headed
Yeah,
with this?
I know. Well, it's been like really it's a personal quest. Like I'm really I'm really right now just doing my own thing of like clearing my own house and uh, raising my own vibration, my frequency so that I can just be and that people can kind of flock or come or whatever, what is needed.
Yeah,
But I'm as all of us are, but I'm really highly conscious that I'm on the quest for unity, for the sacred union in myself, and that more expanded consciousness. So, and it's been really distorted at the time right now. So it's been very like our realities have been distorted.
yeah.
So
But
so
you
it's
still, you're now in this place. I know you're more speaking more from the transgender to giving a voice,
yes.
right?
So
Are you
that's what I'm.
having
Yeah.
support groups or
Yeah.
anything like that? Because I feel that's super important right now.
Yeah, I still teach yoga. I still teach like Kundalini yoga and meditation and all of that, breath work, all of those things to kind of activate you to, raise your frequency in a certain way and to deal with your mind and dealing with all of the anxieties that are going on right now. So, I'm still doing all of that, teaching at a meditation studio here, obviously all virtual, it's like that's
Yeah,
it
of course.
for now. But that's at the Den. It's in LA. It's called Den, or you can Google it. It's denanywhere.com.
Right.
And you can have all kinds of beautiful classes there. I teach there. But also, I have this project with a buddy of mine, also a trans buddy of mine, and it's called the Intentional Man Project. And so it's geared towards men, cisgender, trans, male identified people, but it's also because the men in our society need to raise the consciousness now.
Yeah,
It's so time. It's like we have to also allow our brothers to be able to be vulnerable, to be able to communicate in a different way than was before. And if we're to shift this kind of patriarchic system,
yeah,
it's really important that everybody's on board.
yeah.
And so this project is geared towards men, but we do have a lot of trans community there. So it's trans guys, trans men. So I've been leading or co-leading men's groups. So we have like monthly free men's groups. But also there's a membership. If you want to join a membership, you get more for that. There's classes, there's speakers. I do at the moment. I'm doing another a series of events that I can offer for deeper meditation and
Excellent,
deeper things
excellent.
like that. So if you go on to like theintentionalmanproject.com, I know it's a long.
Oh, we'll put that, post that then
Oh,
afterwards.
good. Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
great. That's great. And
Yeah.
this is something you really have to connect with Michael, because there's a lot, they're
Mm.
really doing so much with this sacred, divine, masculine, that
Masculine. Yeah.
consciousness,
Yeah.
conscious. I feel that would be a great collaboration.
Yeah.
And
And
you gotta
yeah.
talk, you guys gotta
Oh,
talk.
that's beautiful. No, and I do
The
feel
thing.
like this sacred masculine energy, we need that too. Like we need the feminine energy and the masculine kind of coming together. And I feel like we have a lot of souls that are just really searching. Like we're just all searching. And so we're just trying to hold a space for people. My buddy, he got a book out. He published a book called Mindful Masculinity, and it's a workbook. So I'll be helping lead a whole workbook series with that. And it digs deep. It's really deep for these guys.
Oh,
It's
let's
it's really deep. It really is. You go through all of the man box issues you have, like all of the things that you're just like, oh, but that's normal. That's how I grew up, and that's how men do things,
yeah,
But
yeah,
it goes deeper into the kind of unpacking
yeah.
and also, yeah,
Reshifting the conscious.
Reshifting, yeah. So
I'm
that's
so
all the things that
grateful
we're doing.
for that.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. What I'm going to do, I'm going to post that in there, and it's so amazing because you know the purpose of this short video series to bring the information and
Yeah, yeah.
let it out and blast it
That's very
out, and
sweet.
that's
Very
what so
appreciative, yeah, for you to do
totally
all that.
put to the point and get it out. So, and
Yeah.
for that, I'm very grateful. I'm so grateful to Jay for being you in your celebration, and really, Jay Joy, be in your joy, because that is the greatest gift that you give to you and to everybody else when you get to just be you. And for that, I'm just so grateful. And I
Thank you,
thank you
honey.
so much for being on this short video series. And we'll have Julie on next month. It's going
Oh
to be.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So Sheila's beyond. That's amazing.
And thank you for letting your Magdalene voice speak. I'm so
Thank
grateful.
you. Yeah, I'm very appreciative of all the love that I've been getting throughout these months and years, really, all the support. So, and I know you're a dear sister to me. So, and Michael, dear brother, like, um, it's like soul family. So
Love
I
you.
appreciate everything. Love
Of
you
course.
too.
And then thank everybody for joining. We're going to be signing off. And then, well, next week is the feast. So I won't actually
Oh
have
yeah.
the alchemy because we're going to be dedicated to the ceremony for the Magdalene. So much love. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And Jay, you hang on with me. Hold on one
Okay.
second. Thanks.